Remy cheated on Papoose for months with one of his proteges, and their relationship isn't going well. It appears like she is finally beginning to realize how severely she harmed their relationship. However, Clarissa Shields, Papoose's new girlfriend, isn't going to stand by and let him get back together now that Remy has gone on. Clarissa isn't going to make it easy for Remy, who looks keen to win him back. Given that Clarissa isn't your average Instagram influencer, Remy appears to be unnerved by the closeness between her and Papoose. She publicly reprimanded Remy for employing deceptive methods and sending inappropriate images in an attempt to persuade Papoose to return. However, what really is Remy attempting to do here? Is she merely using politics to keep Clarissa and Papoose apart for her amusement, or is she genuinely attempting to reignite their romance? Since she is too attractive to be acting in this way, let's tell the truth. Rappers frequently have a type, and Papoose and Remy were romantically involved for years. She didn't take divorce seriously at first, maybe because she thought he would come back to her. She was married to the same man who had supported her during her whole incarceration and even smuggled in a skeleton key while she was still in custody. I don't know what dedication is if that isn't it. Remy overplayed her hand, though. As previously said, she thought that she could get away with anything as long as Papoose was present because of their deep romantic bond. But the turning point came when Papoose finally said enough and left her for Clarissa. Since Papoose and Remy were formerly regarded as the pinnacle of Bollywood black romance, we initially thought that they wouldn't want to enter into a public relationship so soon after their recent breakup. By dating Clarissa, who isn't your typical rebound, he did, however, demonstrate that he had moved on. Clarissa Shields, one of the best female boxers and mixed martial artists in the world, is not just another Instagram model. Her 4 major world victories in 3 separate weight divisions make her stand out among boxers, male and female. She has also won the world titles in the fewest professional fights in the 2, 3, 4, and 5 divisions. As of October 2022, ESPN and The Ring ranked her as the top active female middleweight and the best active female boxer pound for pound. She was also younger and more successful. In 5 different weight classes, she is the 3rd female boxer in history to defeat a male opponent. Remy finds this annoying since, for once, she is unable to assert that Papoose downgraded. Surprisingly, Remy has established herself as a popular star with a successful rap career. However, as I have shown, she cannot claim that Clarissa is a step down. Their romance ended badly, in addition to Remy cheating on Papoose. Easy got so mad that Papoose got into a fight with him and knocked him unconscious, but Remy didn't realize it at the time. For months, she insisted that her marriage to Papoose was strong and that the rumors were untrue, denying the romance. Even though Remy went public with Clarissa immediately after making it apparent that he was over her, Papoose refrained from publicly accusing him of infidelity to honor her. Remy's rage about their relationship, however, caused her to embellish the circumstances on social media, which made Clarissa's and Papoose's lives more challenging. Many people think Clarissa did this on purpose since a planned film on her life, starring Ryan Destiny and other actors, was made. The success of the movie made Remy's timing seem prearranged, so Clarissa needed as much good press as she could get. You accept responsibility. You are the married one. Remy wrote in a text message that Clarissa had written to Papoose, which Remy then shared on Instagram. It should be simple to notify me that you arrived home safely or that you dozed off in the Sprinter, even if we are unable to sleep together in person or over the phone. This implied that Papoose and Clarissa were involved before Papoose and Remy had formally divorced. Remy turned to face Papoose and pleaded for candor. Papoose reportedly fell asleep while talking on the phone with Clarissa when she was at her residence. He was so taken aback by Remy's voice when she talked that he hung up right away. And this man is supposed to be a boxing world champion? She giggled. Now that I've told you everything, my love, you're not alone. She also claimed that Papoose's PR team was disseminating untrue information about her while portraying him as God's gift. I pleaded with Pat to halt the tale, but he told me that the best course of action was to remain silent, she stated. I'm tired, he continued, adding that you would never be able to sleep with you because of the way you look. I witnessed it all, so don't worry. The world will know how resilient you've become. Bo, hello. As Remy continued to post text messages, it quickly became evident that Clarissa was in a frenzy because she was determined to injure as many people as she could. After discovering that Remy had made her public, she sent Papoose a barrage of messages saying, "I know you hate internet games, but you need to do something today about this girl. My public relations team will go crazy when they see this," she said. "Before the movie's December 25 release date, this is too much for me to handle. Have you got to receive your second phone?" Remy, however, was far from done. "I don't give a damn about what she said or told," she replied. "I thought you were stupid, Miss Shields. He planned to ruin me with one of his side chicks, the lady who hadn't cheated on him in 17 years, after he had me imprisoned. That same woman might have exposed you using my position. He intended to hold me down in a sidebar while I was away and accuse me of writing my fantasies. He even threatened to reveal any of my personal information." As she kept texting Papoose, Clarissa appeared to be begging for the bare least. Clarissa wrote in one of her texts, "I'm not happy, but all right, I'm going to stop. I only wanted to express my feelings to you without adding to your already heavy load. I'm weary of talking and you're not listening. So even though being honest is always the best course of action, I can't even thank you for it. I won't go into detail, but I'm requesting gifts and you can do as you choose," was another way that Clarissa suggested she didn't think she was significant. "You can tell I'm tripping when I say I like flowers and want time to myself. Being unable to feel anything makes me feel dumb as I lie here." "Hey, Miss Shields," Remy replied, making fun of her. "I'm a great woman at being a one-boyfriend, just as I was a one-husband woman. Men won't simply go and say, 'Oh, and he's never going to buy you anything,' because he believes he is the prize. Rather than giving, he takes. Moreover, the luggage is mine. Please don't play with me if you don't want me to be your opponent. Actually, I'm excited rather than angry." She went on to make fun of Clarissa. "You look stupid, and your partner is a jerk, despite your claim that you feel stupid," she said. Retorting, the block captain said, "It's unfortunate that she chose to cheat on him repeatedly as a narcissist. She's playing the victim now, and I've finally moved on." Remy was reprimanded by him for harboring bitterness toward Papoose in spite of her numerous betrayals of him. At some point, Papoose had to intervene to protect himself and his relationship. "Instead of acting like a grown-up, my goal was to influence Chase on social media. As you can see, I remained mute since I would rather not engage in the chaos because my 6-year-old daughter had to go to school. I will never get anyone arrested again because you are the one who plays with the police and you are lying, which is easily proven," she declared. "It is disgusting to write about historical events in public just to fabricate a tale and justify adultery." The accusations that Remy had cheated on him with his friend Easy the block captain were then discussed. "She kept reaching out to me, trying to convince me to do something because I wouldn't pretend that I hadn't knocked this idiot out," he said. "Remy was here last Christmas when I was at home with my kid. I've moved on now that she's lying and becoming angry. She is a selfish individual. She rejected my recommendation that we get a divorce like grown-ups. Everyone saw this jerk curled up in the fetal position," he recounted when I last saw him. "Remy woke him up and took him home for 4 days after I put him to bed. My arrogant ex is clearly happy to share false information about it again. He shook my hand before cheating on my wife, so I knocked him out." Remy Ma refuted what was mentioned. "All you do is lie," she pointed out. "And does that look okay in the background?" She then accused him of having a severe gambling problem and of attempting to make her pay for a divorce. "On important days, you always manage to get in the way of my child's activities. I had pleaded with you for years to go and let us part ways peacefully, but you claimed that the public pressure was the only way you would comply." She also chastised him for trying to control her appearance. "Given my background, you know I'm not the social media kind. They recorded me stating things like, 'Oh, Remy Ma is going to call the police for help. She's a rat. She's a snitch. Her brother's name is Joe. She tried to use my ongoing reputation as a gangster girl against me. No, don't say anything about the real you. You'll do anything to maintain this black love image,' she said, but I misspoke. However, how many times have you purposefully missold me while maintaining a positive public image in front of your friends, family, and even yourself?" She said that he was envious of her accomplishments and attempted to manipulate her. "You were upset that I was assisting other artists rather than you and that I had founded my rap battle league. You even declared that you would attempt to destroy it. Everyone knows what happened. even those who weren't present, so this phony knockout story is becoming old. But once the truth is out, you vanish like a masked robber in the middle of the night. Remy then claimed that to combat the media and other rappers, he used his insider contacts to disseminate false information about her and fabricate articles about her. You helped create a public narrative about me by feeding battle rappers and my company false information, all because my security knew you and knew you were broke. She then made grave claims that she had experienced abuse at home. She said Papoose touched her all the time to maintain appearances and made her go to events with him. You forced me to accompany you to the awards and pretend everything was all right because you were envious of how other people treated me. You even conspired with the police to fabricate a story about me. She then said something about their house. The staff had to call the cops to keep you under control because you and I were fighting in the garage. Consequently, the pool was never completed. But you conveniently omitted that. Even though you know the truth, you claim that the audio and the movie are phony. However, it appeared that her friendship with Clarissa was the true cause of her annoyance. Before Clarissa threw me in the back and pulled my husband to the ground, we had a long history together and were great friends. She then shared a screenshot of herself with the caption, "He is Papa's weirdo girlfriend," in an effort to wish me a happy new year. She also contacted me a few days later to ask for tips on how to flaunt her body. The stupidity. And she went on, "You feel comfortable lying to people because you believe you know what I have. I knew something wasn't right, but I still loved you, Clarissa, and that's how I made this monster. I can assure you that you will regret not speaking up." Papoose responded angrily to Remy's charges, adding, "It's unbelievable that a 45-year-old woman is acting like this." "You're 29 and I'm not even 45, Remy said again. "You are the one acting the most elderly." Papoose responded by clapping again, "I'm not trying to be your enemy, but since your man spent the week with this Cali woman, tell him to buy you flowers and gifts instead of ignoring his phone." In her words, Clarissa claimed that Jimmy, not Papoose, had betrayed her. "It is inappropriate to bully me. You're simply upset and sad, and you're making a fool of yourself. Simply let it go." She did not openly challenge Remy Ma, but she did announce that Clarissa Shields and Remy Ma would fight on February 2. Playfully, she said, "Get your ass in the ring now." Despite rumors that she would be good in the ring, Remy turned down the challenge, probably because she thought Clarissa was among the best. Tension escalated when Clarissa recently disclosed that Remy had been sending Papoose obscene pictures to win him back. Clarissa was obviously enjoying herself with Papoose at the same time that everyone thought the mayhem was gone. It was clear that the problem was far from solved because he was showing her off and taking her to games. However, Clarissa even publicly declared her love for him. Not only that, but Papoose is reportedly preparing to propose to Clarissa. Despite his awful experience with Remy, his outlook on love seemed to have remained stable. It appears that Remy is not giving up on starting a fresh relationship with Clarissa, even in spite of his purported attempts to meddle. Clarissa may not be the best buddy, though, according to some. Rumor has it that she is prepared to fight to maintain her relationship with Papoose, even if she is able to persuade him to support her no matter what. If you believe Remy is being dishonest by attempting to use these pictures against them, please watch the video and leave a comment below.